This is Great Expanse by John Bat 426 here on YouTube. It is always a pleasure to come before you with these new videos. I love recording them. I love editing them. I love putting my unique spin on them for your viewing pleasure, for your listening pleasure. And if you've liked the videos that you've seen thus far, hit that like button. Share these videos with other people that you know that like comic book related stuff as much as you do. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell for notifications. Which one? All. Not personalized or the one underneath, but all. So the next time a new video is dropped, you'll know about it second. I know about it first. One rep jam. Now we're going to try to make this video concise and short. I'm sorry, there are a lot of noisy vehicles running back and forth, up and down my block. Anyway, what can you do about it? But this is the trailer, the official teaser for the upcoming Max series, The Penguin. And if you remember, I did do a video about the first look of the Penguin. And I thought that was the official first teaser, but this is the official first teaser. And it's 1 minute and 37 seconds. So without further ado, we're not going to belabor the point. B-E-L-A-B-O-R, great word for the Great Expanse by John Bat 426. We're going to watch this thing, all right? And we're doing it in 3, 2, 1, go. Again, this feels like The Sopranos. And it looks like New York City. I think it was filmed in New York City.
When I was a kid, there was a gangster. Real old school type. Rex Calabrese.
Rex Calabrese.
He was a big deal.
In the words of Ron Burgundy, I'm sort of a big
Saw
deal.
you on the street, call out to you. When I'm 14 or something, he has a heart attack and dies. Still holding a cigar. In my neighborhood, they throw a parade in his honor. A freaking parade. I mean, it wasn't fancy,
The Iceberg Lounge.
but it was a gesture. A show of love for what he meant.
Ooh. Ooh.
Can you imagine to be remembered like that?
This fall, Max. Again, the tone of this is so palpable. This feels more like The Sopranos than Batman. And I believe that when you get the tone of the series right, then you can add the fantastic elements and not go totally left field, kind of like Gotham did. And I'm not a Gotham hater, but a lot of times the stuff is just so campy, trying to be squeezed into something realistic that you're supposed to take seriously. But unfortunately, I never took Gotham seriously. I mean, like, I love when like Ra's al Ghul showed up, or Ra's al Ghul, whatever, played by Alexander Siddig, even though he used to be called Siddig El Fadil. He played Dr. Julian Bashir on Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Great looking actor to play Ra's al Ghul. But then, like, his body, like, disintegrated, and then it, like, it went wacky again. Like, Gotham was just so up and down. Like, Mr. Freeze was just almost, like, totally discredited. Because he had, like, this wild, spiky hair, and it just didn't work. Like, Mr. Freeze didn't work. And Mr. Freeze is one of my top 10 Batman villains, okay? But this, the tone is just so real, and, like, you can be immersed into this world almost so that if another Batman villain shows up, it'll be that much more punch to it. You know what I mean? Like, imagine in this world of the Penguin, somebody like Killer Croc showed up. Again, a fantastic. I mean, when I say fantastic, I don't mean like, oh, he's fantastic, but like a semi-unbelievable character. But if the tone is right, and maybe Killer Croc is like just sort of more scarred than like hyperkeratosis, and still has a penchant, P-E-N-C-H-A-N-T, okay, for like cannibalism, or just like has like razor sharp filed teeth. If the tone is right, I'm trying to tell y'all, this is where I kind of like lose touch and lose faith with the MCU, because the tone is just so goofy with a lot of MCU properties. I'll go back to this point. I know I've said it before. Last year's 3 Marvel MCU movies. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, goofy tone. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which I liked, still, goofy tone with slapstick all over it. The Marvels, which I did not see, from the trailers, goofy tone. Rhonda the Accuser, instead of Ronan, with a retainer! Or braces. This person I'm supposed to take serious has a retainer! And not a lawyer either, but a retainer in her teeth. I'm like, what? Who is this distressed ex-prom princess with a hammer? Goofy! So that's why, to me, I always stress T-O-N-E. Tone! The tone of the Penguin is just so real. That's kind of like how The Dark Knight felt. You know, in 2008 by the great Christopher Nolan. Arguably one of the best Batman movies ever made. Because it just felt so real. So this Penguin, the series feels even more real than The Dark Knight. So if you throw a fantastic character in there, maybe it'll just remind you that this is the world of comic books. But this world, you might even start believing some of the fantastic characters. You might. Maybe. But who knows? You throw somebody like the Scarecrow in there, somebody with a disturbed looking face and like a gas. Like that sort of accelerates your phobias. Or like a Hugo Strange, like a geneticist. And again, it don't have to be a whole episode, because we want this to be about the Penguin. You know what I mean? We want to center around Oswald Cobblepot and show his rise to power, which we see the conclusion of in the Batman. You know, he was looking out the window of the Iceberg Lounge, and basically he's like, this is my city now. You know what I mean? So, again, I'll try to keep the video concise. This trailer gets an A. An A. I love Matt Reeves' take on Batman. People always say, oh, well, he just stole the idea from Ben Affleck. Hey, part of coming up with your own shtick is to steal someone else's shtick and make it better than theirs, and people forget about theirs. I'm sorry, but that's how it works, okay? So, if you like the videos, please thumb up the video or heart it or whatever. Share the video, you know what I'm saying? Leave a comment or a dissertation in the comment section so we can have a back and forth. We can have a dialogue, all right? David Brent, please let them know where those comments or dissertations go, sir. You see where David Brent is pointing, right? Down there in the comment section. Leave the comments there, all right? Do your part, I'll do my part, so The Great Expanse by John Bat 426 can and will expand. It's in the name.